The Blind Side was when I think it was my second audition ever.
Wow.
And I first auditioned for Collins.
Hi, and welcome to Kelly, where we talk about life, your life and my life. And through Kelly, we hope to inspire. I have Kelly Johns on the show today. So today is a day of Kelly,
Yes.
you and me. We're going to talk about acting. And Kelly is somebody that I actually found through I don't know how you ended up on my social media, but if you're if you're on my social media and you're doing something cool, normally I'll hit you up. So you do these really cool little videos that you put together. Tell us about the videos.
So I do recaps, reenactment, parody videos of The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, and Bachelor in Paradise now. And the reason I started it, because as an actor, I was feeling for a while kind of discouraged when you're waiting around for auditions.
Right.
Or you haven't booked anything in a while. I was like, what can I do on my own to put myself out there?
Right.
And I've loved The Bachelor since I was a little girl. First season, I've watched my whole life. So I was like, well, I'm just going to do a parody video when it was Colton's season of The Bachelor a few months ago. And I did it for his night one, and people really liked it. And so they're like, oh, are you going to do another one? And I'm like, well, I guess I have to now. So I just started doing it every week, and then I continued it on for the next season of The Bachelorette, and it's gotten a little
hilarious.
Thank you.
It is so funny, and seeing you dressed up, because you're such a cute girl, and seeing you dressed up as the boy
it's fun.
It just tickles me every time that I see it. So we're going to talk about being an actor, and this show is absolutely about showing the struggles of an actor, the anxieties that we go through, the wins that we go through. And I always say that, you know, we're part of a profession that requires an audience.
Right.
So what we do requires people to like us, and yet we're not really supposed to fight for people to like us. So it's like it's really it's difficult, and we can't exist without an audience.
Right.
So how did you get into acting?
When I was in 5th grade, my mom signed me up for a theater class, and I was reluctant. I always wanted to be a singer when I was growing up. Like, I was going to be on American Idol. And she saw the potential in me as an actor. And because I was always around the house, like, making up commercials for products, and I'd pick up the coffee mug and be like, this coffee. So I went to the class, and I just loved it right away. And the instructor thought I was pretty advanced and all that. So
did you grow up here in Atlanta?
I grew up in Canton.
Okay.
Yeah, so not far. And then in middle school, I tried out for the school play and got a lead part, and just continued theater all through middle and high school. When I was 15, my mom signed me with the current agent I'm still with.
Oh, wow.
And ever since then, just been doing film and TV stuff, and fell in love with it. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you had a role in The Blind Side and also Game Night. So how did, I mean, obviously you auditioned for it, but finding out that you were, because these are movies that were early on in, you know, when the incentives first came to Atlanta. So was that like?
Oh yeah, I was mind blown. The Blind Side was when I think it was my second audition ever.
Wow.
And I first auditioned for Collins, who was the main daughter. Lily Collins played her. And then I got a call back for the friend. And at the time, I didn't really know callbacks were a big deal. And then like a month later, my mom got a call from wardrobe saying, oh, what are her sizes? And my mom's like, what are you talking about? Somewhere along the way, someone forgot to tell me I booked it, I think.
What?
Or maybe an email got lost.
Right.
And that's how we found out I booked it.
Wow.
And I was 16 and mind blown, you know. That was amazing. And then with Game Night, I found out very quickly that I booked it straight from tape, which is rare.
Yeah.
And then I found out I would be filming with Rachel McAdams, who's my lifetime role model. And I, still to this day, I'm like, I can't even believe it. But I met her. I was in a scene with her. Both of those experiences were just dreams come true.
Wow, it's amazing. And it's amazing. Yes, it's absolutely amazing when you end up around somebody that you've admired your whole life. Does she still, do you communicate with her now, or you just admire her from afar?
I admire her from afar, but I can say they had a little party halfway through production I got to go to, and she was there, and so I went back up to her and reintroduced myself, and she was very friendly and complimentary. She told me that I fit right in on set, and that I was a natural, so hearing that from her was just, it's near and dear to my heart. Now. I'll never forget that.
So what do you do when you're waiting on auditions and when you're in that downtime? How do you?
So that's kind of why I started the videos, going back to that. Now that the show is on right now, The Bachelorette ended, and a week later Bachelor in Paradise started. So I didn't have any break time. And that consumes a lot of my week because I do a whole day of filming, a whole day of editing, and then kind of keeping up with the comments and sharing it and all of that. So that's what has filled my time now. And which is nice because I'm creating the content and not just sitting around.
Absolutely.
So. But I'll need to think of some more video ideas once the show takes a few months off. Because it won't start back again, I think, until January.
Yeah. So that's so cool. And that's something that anybody, anybody can do things like that. Don't copy her.
Right. Yeah,
she's got hers.
I do it in my apartment, with I just have a little light, my phone, and edit on my own little laptop. So yeah, anyone can do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So do you have any other projects coming up, or do you train?
Not currently. I'm not in classes, but I need to get back in them. I'm also a part-time teacher.
Yes.
So I have
that's training in itself.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. Like you have to learn to command that whole classroom. If you can command that classroom, you can command all. I say that teachers, lawyers, military people, police officers. They're normally natural actors because they have to adjust their personality.
Right.
To be able to.
Yeah, and I kind of have to perform to make the lesson exciting.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But there's a music video I worked on recently. It's a sequel to, we did one last year. The musician's name is Alec James. And the first one, it's a really cool, like, post-apocalyptic vibe. We're running in the forest with guns and zombies. Nice. And this one's the sequel, will be coming out, I'm pretty sure this month.
Oh, okay.
So, and I'm like, I die and I'm a ghost with blood. So it's very different from things I've done before.
That's cool. What advice would you give to an upcoming actor? If you think back, let's go young. What advice would you give to a young actor trying to do this? Just
go for it. There's going to be so many no's. They say you get a dozen or more no's before you get your yes, or, in between your next yes. And that's really true. And just take every audition as another practice and have fun with it. And try to create your own stuff too. Like I was, a little bit discouraged sitting around, so I went and made my own videos.
Do you find it a little bit intimidating, like as an acting coach, the kids, because I've had students I've had for like 8 years, so they've gone through different transitions, and you go from playing those kid roles to all of a sudden you're up to the adult roles, and sometimes more seductive roles.
Right.
How was that awkward for you?
It was. I remember when I was still living at home, I think I was 17 or 18, and my mom was taping an audition for me, and my character had to say the F word. And I was like, I can't do it, Mom. I cannot. You have to leave the room, and then I'll say it on the camera. And it was very awkward to say in front of my mom. And it was moving into that adult, upper teen character, whatever. But it's just a part of it, I think.
Yeah.
You as a person evolve, and as you do your characters, and it's what acting's about too. It's kind of playing people that you might not be like. And it takes work. But it pulls out different sides of you too.
Yeah. And you, as you play those things, you actually end up becoming more comfortable with your own self and what you're going through. Because going through those years in general is an adjustment. And then having to play a character and put yourself in a certain situation.
Kind of helps too.
Yeah.
Kind of gets you out of the weirdness.
Yeah. So yeah, going back to advice to a young actor, to just do it. And I think to probably to try to build as much experience as you can, so that I tell my actors all the time, I'm like, while you're in classes, you're actually doing it. So you're gaining the experience that you need, so that you don't have to rely on being a fake actor.
Right.
Becoming a real human being as a character.
Yes, totally agree. And one of the best advice I've ever gotten was, don't try to be a completely different person when you're an actor. try to find that weird piece of you that can fit into that character so that, again, it is real and that you're not just being someone completely different.
And I think that's what's so cute about your videos. Where do people find you on Instagram?
I am at Kel Johns, so it's just the Kelly was taken. Kel Johns on Instagram, at Kelly M. Johns on Twitter, and on Facebook, Kelly Johns as well.
Okay, well, thank you for being here with us today and sharing with us. And we hope this segment educated and inspired you.